what's doing, guys? Back with a fresh final review. Today we're going to be looking at the 30 centimeter RotoKaiju King Kong 1962. Bam! Did I get that year right? Yes, I did. I didn't forget. I didn't stoop it up, mess it up, whatever the heck I'm trying to say. All right, so check it out, check it out, check it out. What is this figure? What is this King Kong? Is it X Plus? Is it SA Smart? No, it's not SA Smart Arts, and it's not X Plus. It's damn well, like, it is X Plus quality, my friends. Little backstory here. So, if you're not familiar with this King Kong figure or giant gorilla, this is a product by sculptor Beto Matali. If I pronounced that right, thank you. If I pronounced it wrong, I'm sorry. People screw up my last name all the time, and it's only 3 letters. Okay. So, Beto, this is his sculpt, original sculpt, 30 centimeter form. Basically, he designed it, sculpted it, molded it, produced it, everything. In conjunction with Steve Ceragioli. If I pronounced your last name wrong, Steve, you're just going to have to deal with it, Steve. I'm kidding. I'm kidding, Steve. I'm kidding. Laugh. You better be laughing. Or is it Ceragioli? I don't know. Damn Paisans and these last names. We always screwed up. Anyway, but Steve had a lot of input on the design process, as you know, just input-wise, and helped market the product through the Facebook group that's out there. And this is really a long process to get this figure out, to get it made and to get it into collectors' hands. Now, it's a figure, yes, but it's really a vinyl kit. Like I said in another review not too long ago, that I'm not a kit builder. If I was, I could probably actually build the kit, but would it be up to par as such as you good model kit builders out there? No, but practice makes perfect. The painting definitely would not. It would end up looking like some bootleg Avengers figure that you would find in the barrel bin of Walgreens called the Revengers. And there's some funny stuff out there, but it's a different story. So Steve actually built and painted mine. So the price for this figure, I think, crap, don't quote me. It was a couple $100. I think it might have been $400. Yeah, there we go. We'll go with that. I can't remember. But it's a little bit more money if you're going to have Steve build and paint it. So I'm on the little higher end of the spectrum there for getting mine done because, I would never get it to look X Plus quality. And this is a freaking amazing figure kit to have in a collection. And it needs to be showcased at the utmost freshest of fresh levels of standards in the Fresh Vinyl Handbook of Freshness Guidelines, page 472,000, paragraph 4, section C, conjunction A, whatever the hell all that means. So, it is in the 30 centimeter scale and it goes great with the 30 centimeter 1962 Godzilla, okay? So, these scale perfectly. That was the intent for this King Kong figure, to be in scale with the 30 centimeter Godzilla 62. And it is. And there they are, looking all beautiful together. They are great. They are awesome. Now, here's another little tidbit. King Kong. This figure, it's not licensed, okay? But it does have, in typical Japanese style, it's got RotoKaiju on the bottom of the foot, okay? But there's been this long dispute with King Kong's rights between Universal and then obviously Toho, because this is the Toho Kong, on who's claiming it. My details might not be 100% on point, but from talking with Steve over the years, is that Toho doesn't want to claim Kong, Universal doesn't want to claim Kong, this version, and it kind of leaves things in limbo as to the rights as for the character. Because if Toho claimed it, then they might have to pay X dollars back to Universal because King Kong's pretty popular right now, Monsterverse, or something to that nature. So a lot of mumbo-jumbo legal jargon behind the scenes, and that left this figure an unlicensed product. Beto and Steve, working together, they did want to license this product. But, the parent companies, Toho, Universal, basically said, just make it. more or less. Again, if you're interested in the finer details behind that, you could ask Beto or Steve and see what they tell you. But so this was it's actually billed as a giant gorilla. Gorilla. Okay, and that's how this came to be. Am I missing anything else that's a little important with that? No. Now, so the figure itself, it comes in a box. I don't have the box, but it's got a pretty cool box art, and again, it's similar style to that of X Plus figures. And again, the kit, it comes as a kit. It's on built, so it's not a major, it's not like a 30 centimeter X Plus box. Okay. I went with the Rick. The Rick comes with the berry juice, vases here filled with berry juice. You want to, get little shots going on here. No, it's not really a Rick, but if it was, this is the equivalent to what a Rick Extra would be, the berry jars that King Kong drank in King Kong vs. Godzilla, okay? So very cool. These are each vase, jar, whichever we're calling it, are all sculpted differently, and they are topped off with the berry juice, okay? So those are really cool. Those are nicely done in basically like a clay paint job, a clay orange that you would expect if you're going to Lowe's, Home Depot, buying some clay gardening jars. And the berry juice, it's topped off with basically like a cherry red and then a clear coat on top to give it like a fresh liquid, look to it. So those look really nicely done. King Kong himself. Basically, if this was a kit, he comes in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 pieces, I believe. So you got the arms, torso, head, legs, and hands. I believe those all are separate pieces. This kit actually came with an option for 2 sets of arms. You have the short arms, like we have here, and the longer arms, which are a little, like if you remember the scenes when King Kong, I think he's marching through Tokyo, and even when he comes up on the gate on Faroe Island, his arms appear to be longer, very like ape-like. But I went with the short arms. I like them up in this position here. They look really, really well done. And one cool thing, right out of the box, you don't have to worry about heating the tail up or anything because it's not going to happen. It's not an X Plus figure or, because you're building it, so there's no tail. With that said, this figure has got some good weight to it, and he stands perfectly flat on his feet, standing upright. His knees are bent a little bit to counterbalance the whole figure, and it's almost, I believe, these feel like they're filled with, Steve, you tell me in the comments, hit me up on Facebook, because I'm going to have to ask you afterwards. But the legs are solid, for a vinyl figure. It's something I didn't ask, but it almost feels like they're filled with like either an epoxy or a resin or something. But either way, this figure, if I shake, look, I'm shaking there. I shouldn't be doing that, but I shook it. If I was in a 2.1 earthquake, maybe he's okay, right? Good. So good balancing, stands upright, definitely not a shelf hog, so you're not going to have any problems with that. So the sculpt itself, beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful. Beto put in a lot of work on this. Now, I do remember talking with Steve recently that there was an earthquake in Mexico, and some of the designs, the sculpts, the casts were damaged, and he had to start all over. I don't know I can't remember if some of them are actually produced and then another run was damaged, but there is a second version coming out that they're working on of this, adjacent to a 67 Kong and a Mechanic Kong. So a lot of fine details into getting this done. But this figure right here is beautifully sculpted. His hairs across the whole body, from his head down his back, his stomach, chest, legs, and everything, all very, very nicely done. A lot of texture. It looks hair-like. I mean, this looks exactly to what we saw in this suit. Obviously, you're never going to get hair right in vinyl form unless you actually had real hair on it, but that would look a little weird. But this figure, it's beautifully sculpted. His chest, his hands, feet, everything looks really, really great. I'll get into the paint job in a little bit, about a minute or so. But the face, the way the head and the face is sculpted, it's just got that dead-on look, like that Kong look. I don't even know how to explain it. From 1962's the suit. It looked really, really perfect. It's perfect. It's beautiful. Okay? So, Sculpt, it's out of this world, exceptionally done. I don't think I need to keep rambling about this because it's speechless. It's beautiful. Paint job. Now, paint job and the kit being itself built by Steve. Thank you again, sir. We're talking like expertise level. I mean, Steve's been doing kits for 25, 30 years, give or take. You know, he's a master. He's like Jedi Master level. Jedi Master, Jedi Knight. You know, he's like top tier kit builder here. And it was great to have this first piece of 2 that he's doing for me. And this is just mind blowing. I remember when I unboxed it, we were FaceTiming over Facebook, and you know, he saw my first expressions when I took this out, and it's really just a great figure. But his building technique and expertise and painting supersede him in every imaginable way because this is beautiful, and it definitely has a very fresh smell to it, fresh paint and all that good stuff. Steve was telling me about the paint job, how he did this, and it was like layer on top of layer on top of layer on top of layer. It's just ridiculous. I'm like, I would have never even thought to do these type of things, you know, but bam. The face alone, it's just menacing looking the way he has it painted. You know, there's different skin tones in this. Everything just looks so beautifully done. Even the hands, the fingernails, the chest, his pecs there, his boobs, and then the feet. Again, like the hands, it's just almost like this zombie-like skin tone to it. Looks really amazing. And you could really see, this is something I talk about a lot in X Plus figure reviews, is the sense of depth. That is captured here because the skin, it's like brown, it's red-brown, dark brown, brick red, whatever, but there's definitely browns, reds, blacks all throughout the paint job on the hair and everything. It looks really well done. And to do something of this quality, like Steve does, David Dobko, and many of the other kit builders out there, Vince Elliott, John DeSantis, you guys, Ryan Mitchell, another exceptional kit builder. I tip my hat to all you guys because you make some great stuff. I've seen all of your work, and it's just amazeballs with the stuff you guys can do with your hands, okay? With these hands, okay? The face, though, I got to talk about the eyes and the teeth. The eyes, Steve, we were discussing, he said he was, this is like, I don't know how many, I forget, like 1,500 layers on the eyes. I don't know. No, not that many, but it's like there's quite a few layers on the eyes there. And the goal was to make it look like the suit. And what Steve was telling me, so all right, let's back up to the suit real quick. If you remember what King Kong looked like in the movie, his eyes had like that glazed over look, almost like the 64 Godzilla's eyes. But King Kong's eyes looked very glazed over. And what accidentally happened was the suit actor inside the Kong suit, he was inside the suit, it fogged up. So it gave this fogged up look on the eyes. So literally the eyes on the suit fogged up, and that's how we indirectly got this awesome practical effect on the King Kong suit. And Steve replicated that phenomenally done on this figure here. I gotta stop shaking. I'm afraid I'm gonna drop him. I don't know what that was. But wow, like perfectly done. Perfectly done. The teeth also, if you look, I mean, you'd have to see this in person, but there is a tongue in there. There's gums and everything. The teeth are very well done. The gums got this juicy look to them, so that looked great. Paint job is just out of this world, people. So I know these were limited also. I think there was maybe 30, 35 kits of the first run here done. And very limited run. This is more limited than X Plus figures, that's for sure. So I hope I did this review justice for Steve and Beto. If I missed anything, please school my ass and correct me. Hit it up in the comments section, or be it on YouTube or Facebook where I post this awesome figure review. And I love it. This is Mark's. Now here's some little tidbits for myself here. This is my second Toho King Kong figure behind the Bandai figure, which came out in 1993, which I will tell you, a little cool little snippet of information. The Bandai King Kong was the very first Bandai figure I bought online or eBay. And I remember, I'm like, oh my God, I remember clicking the buy it now. I think I was on the deployment when I was in the Navy when I started going apeshit crazy with Bandai figures on eBay. But King Kong, the Bandai Kong, was the first Bandai figure I bought online. And I remember when I clicked the buy it now button, I was so excited. I'm like, oh my God, I'm going to have the King Kong figure. I love that figure. That is one of the best Bandai figures, and it's one of my all-time favorites. So now to have another top-notch, certified fresh King Kong figure, can't go wrong. So it's my second King Kong. Kind of crazy. You know, Steve showed me his shelf of King Kong figures, and I'm like, whew, that's a lot of Kong. Woo. Anyway, I've rambled long enough. Thank you for watching. If you're interested in picking this figure up, or actually, I don't even think you can get this one anymore, but you should look up the Steve and Beto Matali on Facebook. There's a group for their work. So like we said, there's a second version of the 62 Kong coming out. They're doing a 67 and a McKinney Kong as of right now. So you'll be able to get some awesome work from these guys. And really, what's more awesome than getting figures, kits, be it vinyl or resin or whatever, from within our own family? You know, so we got figures coming from collectors like ourselves. It's so awesome. Anyway, thank you for watching, guys. 10 out of 10. It's like 20 out of 10. It's like, boom, out of this world scales, okay? So thank you for watching. Certified fresh. Boom. I'm glad I got these two together now. And that's all I got to say about that. Buy vinyl, fresh vinyl, RotoKaiju vinyl. Bam!